Hello, my name is Mr. Baum. I'm the Accounting and Finance CTE teacher here at Elko High School, and today we're going to be going over my work-based learning presentation. As I said, I'm a teacher here at Elko High School, and this presentation is meant for a majority of people, a variety of people. It's meant for parents and students who may want to join my program. It is meant for my CTE department head, who is in charge of all CTE in the district, and as well as admin, maybe here at Elko High School, and as well as CTE host advisors or employers. So that's who this is for. I'm really excited to show you guys what I've been working on here. An overview. So work-based learning is basically after 2 years of taking a course, and you still have years left of eligibility, you're still in high school. It is a program based on getting you out of the classroom and testing your knowledge and gaining knowledge in the pathway that you've been learning for the past 2 years. Obviously for me, that pathway is accounting and finance. The prerequisite, like I said, is you have to have take accounting 1 and 2 to get into this CTE pathway, or work-based learning pathway. Well, you take CTE to the work-based learning pathway. So it's for 3rd and 4th year students. So you might have took accounting 1 as a freshman, accounting 2 as a sophomore. You have 2 years to maybe do this for 2 years, your own CTE pathway. The next step in student learning, okay? It's the next step for student learning. That's what the overview of this program is. They've been in the classroom for 2 years now. It's time for them to get out and see how they like accounting and finance in the real world. It's going to be working with community leaders, business owners, awesome businesses around town to get them out and see what they can do. We'll get to that more also. Yeah, basically it's the basis of the program is for a student to go off class. The minimum will be 1 hour per day, so like 6th period or something, and go out into to a local business and work underneath them. Work underneath an accountant in an internship, or work underneath a business leader in a actual job. The basis of the program for me is to have students go out into the real world and work for that job. I don't want them to take accounting 1 and 2 in high school and then be like, oh, I loved accounting and finance, I'm going to study that in college, and not have that any work experience. So they might not like finance when they get there, or they might go to this work-based learning new job and love accounting, and then they actually do decide, hey, I am going to study this in college, and then they go off to their career. So really it's just an intro to a career, and it's a really great program. The benefits for student is simple. Explore accounting and finance career options. Go out, get some new experience, see their options, okay? Real world job experience. For a lot of these students, it'll be their first time ever having a real job. So I really want to get them out there, have them experience the workforce in general, okay? So these are young kids, possibly could be their first job ever. Realize the relevance of accounting and finance education. All this stuff we're doing in class, it translates to the real world. I try and tell them, give them real world examples constantly. Oh, we're learning this because a small business needs to check his debits and credits at the end of an accounting period. That goes through their head, but once they maybe get out in the real world and see that, like, oh, this is why we have to do that, so this business stays afloat, that is the main goal of what I want my students to learn. Apply knowledge that they've learned in here and help employers. That's one of my biggest tools in getting some of these amazing business leaders around town to help me out, is I'm telling them, I have prepped them for 2 years. They are not going in this completely blind. You will have to teach them a lot, but they're not coming in there having no idea what's going on. So I want them to be able to apply what I've taught them in class and help out the business, not only shadow and learn, but help the business be a better company. Next, connect to new adult role models, okay? A lot of these students have never had a job before. Like I said, the only male or female adult figures they have is their parents, probably, grandparents, family, and teachers. So with this being their first job, they're going out to some of the community leaders, business owners, You know, they're going to meet new people, and it's a lot different, you know, when you meet a boss compared to your teacher. So, new role models for them. Increase confidence. I want them to increase confidence in this program, knowing I've had a job before in this industry if they choose to go into accounting and finance, or any job after this. I know what it's like to go into a new place and learn a lot, but also be prepared, show up on time, everything that's expected of you at the job, and just expand their career opportunities. Support system. I have a great support system here at Elko High School. I have great admin. I actually have a CTE advisor who oversees all CTE and our work-based learning programs, and it's really an amazing thing. So my main goal as a support system is me, my CTE director, my work-based learning employers, parents, and admin all be on the same page. Okay, that's the support system I need. I will show you next my work-based learning agreement, which is signed by all parties, and make sure we're all on the same page. We know where our students are, we know where they're supposed to be and when they're supposed to be there, what is expected of them, everything in that nature. Some of the main things I need from the district, though, is common things with work. I need background checks on these employers. I can't do that by myself. I need the district to do that for me. W-2 tax information. Make sure employer hosts have valid work compensation in case a student is hurt on the job. Unfortunately, that could happen. You never know. You don't really think it happened in accounting and finance, but that needs to be up to date. Use no mistreatment of employees or students. Follow child labor laws, basic child labor laws, and compensate everyone properly. Okay, I don't want my students going there and getting paid half of what everyone else is if they're doing most of the work or whatever. Just pay everyone fairly, stuff like that. That's what I need help from the district about, just in case we get into any of those sticky situations. Okay, work-based learning goals and outcomes. The main goal for me as an educator in my YBL program is to give students a new and safe educational experience outside of the classroom to teach students about a possible career path to get them ready for this career outside of the classroom or any career. That's the basis of it. That's my outcome for my students. I don't have specific, oh, you need to have this agreement and meet this. No, I want you to go out in this job, learn as much as you can, help as much as you can, and help this community. Basic goals for my students that they need to follow. Basically, it's not rules, but it's also goals. Regular attendance, progress reports with the work-based learning host or employer. We'll be meeting regularly. This is a graded thing. Challenging real-world experience. I want them to be challenged. Career growth, increase self-confidence. Like I talked about earlier, I really want to increase my students' self-confidence so they're more confident going out into the real world. My work-based learning agreement plan will be on a different page. Let me open it up for you. Okay, so this is basically when I get everyone together on board. Student information here, student name, years of accounting and finance completed, just an overall to make sure every box is checked. Student phone number, date of birth, GPA throughout accounting and finance, student email. This is all information, so I know exactly my employers that are stepping up to help these kids have all their information. Next is just the start and the end of the program. Next is the work schedule. The minimum is 1 hour per day. I said that earlier, I didn't say what I meant to say. If a student, say, is a senior, and this counts as work privilege, they can go there from 6th to 7th hour. Say they have 6th and 7th hour work priv. Once they leave here, whoop, they can work 2 periods. The minimum we expect from my students is 1 hour a day. That's in case you're a junior, you have a jam-packed schedule. Your work-based learning, you only have an hour a day to do it. You're also allowed, if you're hired on as an employee, as a part-time employee, to work after school hours, okay? Obviously, you have to abide by child labor laws and stuff like that, but there's different ways they can do it. But the minimum is 1 hour per day, say when they're in school. That's the minimum. Next we have our responsibilities for the employer supervisor recognize these requirements. So this is for the supervisors around town, these amazing business leaders that are helping us out. Meet with the coordinator once per 2 weeks. Provide supervision to the student that is adequate and meets objectives of the learning plan. Adhere to child state labor laws, like I said. For work-based learning, provide compensation as you would to similar employees. We said earlier, provide adequate coverage, training, orientations, and safety. Provide adequate stuff for my student to be successful as well. Assign jobs to student with no mistreatment of age, race, gender, color, handicap, or national origin. Here is our student requirements. Be in regular attendance. Confirm rules and regulations with the employer host. Let supervisor and employees know about missed days, sick, vacation, anything that needs to be communicated not only to your teacher now, but also to your work-based learning host, because you are expected to be there, obviously. Demonstrate professionalism and a willingness to learn. Be in consistent communication with the supervisor and your teacher. As I said with the meetings, once every 2 weeks, me, the boss, it could be a 5-minute meeting, it could be a 25-minute meeting. We need to meet once every 2 weeks. And then here's the most important part, hopefully to get that whole entire group on board. Everyone knows exactly after seeing this, after seeing my presentation, after being in consistent contact, signatures from everyone to know everyone is on board. Okay, the estimated cost, just give it a sec. There we go. Estimated cost. Here at Elko High School, from the people I've talked to, and the way we work play live along with work-based learning as a mix, costs should be pretty minimal. I'm not going to charge really the parent anything for wanting their kid to be out here. One question you're going to get: transportation. Our school district does not give transportation to kids for work-based learning, unfortunately. So kids will not be charged for transportation. They should be a junior or a senior, so they should have their license. Out of the business I have chosen a lot that are very close to our school. Our school is in a good location near a lot of businesses. If the parent, the administration, the student, me, and the employer are okay with it, and they don't have their license yet, they can walk. Obviously, this does minimize it for some people, but most juniors and seniors, which is the only age gap you'll be able to take this, do have their license, and most of them do have a car. If you're not one of those people, like I said, hopefully we can get everyone on board so you can walk. Downtown should be a small 5 to 10 minute walk. Honestly, shorter than that. Usually 2 to 5 minutes max. And those are some of the employers I've already actually reached out to. And if the parent and the student and the administration's on board, that's their option. Next is with uniforms. That's going to be based on the employer's needs. If you need to wear a suit and tie every day, then you need to wear a suit and tie every day. If students have troubles affording suit and ties, they can always come talk to me, and I will talk with administration about that. Go down and get donations from Fish, or the thrift store here in town, which is usually free, and I could go pick that up for them with the administration's approval, and maybe get them some nice clothes to go to work. But for the most part, with costs for this program, there really isn't going to be any. It's a program for everyone. You don't have to pay for it. It's just a program where kids are going to go out, they're going to get new experience, they're going to learn a lot, and I'm really excited about it. Here are our partners. Some of these people I've talked to personally. Others are connections I know through the town. The City of Elko, LP Insurance, Elko County School District. They could even work at the district in this job. So that is another option for the kids that might have to walk. That is literally across the street from the school. So they could shadow the accountant, the school district accountant, no problem, as a work-based learning program. McMullen, McPhee and Company, Glennon and Sandoval Company, Edward Jones, a financial advisor here in town, State Farm, Brent Stokes, Jackson Hewen and Tax Service, Stanfield Consulting, Reed Powell Financial Services. They could work for the county as well as the city, Elko County, shadowing there, Elko Federal Credit Union, and Prey and Company Solutions. Also, just want to say, as I close, a huge thanks to those business partners for helping us out. A huge thanks to the school and everything. I really want to make this work-based learning a reality for students, to make them get out into the real world and learn a lot, be around cool people, try and get more interested in the financial and accounting world, and yeah, that's the point of this program. I hope today's presentation was helpful. I really hope to get this started at Elko High School as soon as possible. So, thank you.